Hello and welcome to another episode of the Lekker Podcast. It's been a while, but this time I'm coming to you from a new location. We are in our house. We are almost totally unpacked. We still have a few boxes around, but we are basically settled. So welcome. If you're a new viewer, I hope that you will enjoy this. And if you are returning to watch this podcast after watching some others, welcome. It's lovely to have you back. Or maybe I must say, I'm glad to be back. My name is Jaline and I'm coming to you from Bloemfontein. It is a town, or a city rather, in the central of South Africa in the Free State province. And I am recording this in our bedroom. And behind me, I hope it's working out, that the sitting that I'm here in or at is working out for the podcast, is the garden area of our room, of our new house. And we absolutely love it. We have so much freedom because the other house didn't really have at all a garden. And we have space and it feels like a holiday. Honestly, it's really wonderful. So in this episode, I'm going to have only a few things that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you 2 finished objects, things that I bought in the recent times since I last spoke with you or to you. And then also I'm going to give you a quick tour of my new craft room. And that's going to be it. So I hope that you will love this new space. The reason we're in this room is because the craft room still needs a carpet. And it's quite hollow sound. The acoustic is not really good, and it will probably not be enjoyable to listen to it when you are watching the podcast. So my first finished object is the windsurfer shawl. Now, for the past few weeks, I can't remember even when we put out the last podcast. I think it was beginning of March. It was really a busy time. We were packing all the administration with regards to this new house, and together with all of that was at my work the end of the financial year, which was really hectic. It was the timing for the moving of the house was not a great time. So it was management of all the tasks in my office for the end of the financial year, as well as planning for the new financial year. So it was really hectic. In that time, I have traveled to Pretoria twice, and it was a tough time, but I'm so glad we went through it. It's behind us. And but with that being said, so I didn't really had a lot of time crafting, crocheting, or knitting. There was literally weeks where I just didn't knit or crochet or spin. I haven't spun since I think February or January. And when I had time though to knit or crochet, I was not feeling like having, difficult projects or projects that will ask me to concentrate. For instance, like the lacy Shetland lace project I'm working on, I haven't worked on that. So I was really doing crocheting. This was the crocheting. And then the only other finished object that I'm going to not show you literally, I'm going to show you pictures, was my knit project, which was the test I did. So that kept me going. And I'm not going to show you any works in progress today. I only have 3, and the one is a granny square project, which I will show you in the next episode, and the other one is a mussel burrow. That's it. I'm literally not having the capacity currently to deal with, thinking about a project, measuring, reading a pattern. I'm craving simplicity at this stage. So, and I'm embracing that also. That's also very fun. So the first project that I have as a finished object is my windsurfer shawl. And I absolutely love this pattern. This pattern and this stitch brought me so much joy during really stressful times. And I crocheted this with my Advent from 2022 from Esteriza Yarn Creations. And It is just gorgeous, gorgeous, let me tell you. And I've been wearing this now for few nights now when we're in the garden, and it's becoming chilly. It's autumn currently in South Africa. So, but the nights here already is quite cold already. And this is the perfect shawl because it's really big. And that was my aim, is to make the shawl really, really big. So yeah, it was crocheted with the Advent. I asked Esther Riza to, there was 100-gram gray that was on the last day of the Advent, and I asked for more of that yarn, almost 140 grams of that yarn, of that specific color, so that I could finish up the shawl. And this really brings me a lot of joy. So this is the windsurfer shawl pattern by Mijo Crochet. It's available on her website as a free download. So I can highly recommend you getting this project. It's a wonderful project. And she recommends the crochet hook size 3.5 millimeters, whereas I actually used, for this fingering weight yarn, a 4 millimeter. And the reason I did that was my first windsurfer shawl. You can have a look on my Ravelry page. It is on there. And the links are down in my description below. I did that as per the pattern in a 3.5, and I love that shawl, but I really like a soft and drapey, very drapey shawl. So hence I decided to do a 4 millimeter hook on the shawl, and I love the end results. Love it. All right, so that was my first finished object. My second finished object, which I don't have with me because it's with Esther Riza, the designer. I still need to pick it up from her. Esther from Esther Riza Yarn Creations is the Esther Riza Yarn Creations is a mother-daughter business, but Esther, the daughter, designed the Two Worlds Colliding shawl as a knit shawl. It's a colorwork shawl. It's absolutely gorgeous. And when she asked me to do the test knit for her, I said yes, absolutely, definitely. I would love to do that. So I got the yarn from them as well, bought the yarn, and I did the Two Worlds Colliding shawl. It was my first colorwork in a shawl that I had to work flat. So all my other color work that I've embarked on or did knit previously was always in the round. So doing color work flat, and you have to do it ball wise, was quite a challenge. But I love that shawl. It starts out with garter stitches, and then you have the color work section in the middle. So that keeps you engaged and, entertained. And then you finish off the shawl in garter stitch again. So it's a lovely mix between, simplicity and just knit, and then have a little bit of a challenge and then knit again. And she wrote that pattern with the following in mind, where, you're in a farming area or more countryside area, and then the city coming together. And that is where the Two Worlds Colliding is emanating from. So I'm going to show you pics here. Probably it's already shown on the screen. And I did that also with Esther Riza Yarn Creations in their Cara base. It's a, I can't remember what is the ply. I think it's a 3-ply. I can't remember now. I'm trying to now look at this because it's in the same base as this one. But yes, it was a lot of fun knitting that shawl. Loved it. And it came out beautifully. It's a beautiful size shawl as well. And it was so much fun to knit the pattern. The Two Worlds Colliding shawl is already available on Ravelry. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's available on their website as well. So you can get your copy. And I would highly recommend. It's a great challenge to knit that. So that was my 2 finished objects. That's all I have to show you. I think last year I did already a lot of things, a lot of objects done. This year it's a different story, but that's okay as well. So let me show you the gift and the acquisitions I obtained in the last few months. It's not a lot. I was gifted this beautiful batting fiber from Esther is Yarn Creations. It's part of the H2H yarns under Esther is Yarn Creations. So you'll get the H2H already spun up yarn, and I can highly recommend you get that, as which Esther does. And then she also has this fiber available. I don't want to take it out of the plastic, so I hope you can see it nicely. But this is the most beautiful batting and fiber that she gifted to me to say thank you so much for testing her pattern. And it was such a joy. And this fiber is gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I love the colors. It's like a golden yellow, brown, charcoaly white colors in this fiber mix. It's really gorgeous. So that was the one. And she gifted me the most beautiful self-made card. Oh, maybe I must show you. Sorry. It's a lot of crinkles. It's just gorgeous. Just look at this. She's so arty and crafty. You can see why they are dyeing yarn. Just look at this. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Yes, so that was the gift from them. And then when I was in Pretoria the one time, I was there for a week. We were in meetings all the time. And I had one evening, a quick break that I could quickly go and see Mrs. Notty. And then the problem is when you walk into her space, her dyeing studio. Oh my goodness. It's difficult to walk out of there with no skeins, no yarn in your hand, because everything is so beautiful. So I have to contain myself. But when I saw this, I just had to get these. And some of the labels is now missing in action. And I think it's just moving. It's moving's fault. I don't even know where those labels are. I want to show you. So this is a Knotty Habit Light Fingering 4-ply Superwash Merino. Yes, I think the others, the Cora from Esteriza is also 4-ply. That makes sense. Yes, a 4-ply. All right, so this is what I got from Knotty Habit. This one. Oopsie-daisy. And then this color. This is all 100 grams from Knotty Habit. And then this color. Isn't it gorgeous? This would be like perfect in a top, or oh, it is just gorgeous. I love those colors. I don't know why I have a thing currently for greens and purples and pinks and blues. That is currently the colors I love to work with, or that I gravitate towards too. So that was that. That same evening, oopsie-daisy, that same evening, Anna Gret from Print Cushion Crafts also came along. She met me up there and she gifted me this beautiful stitch marker. You have to get to her Instagram and see all the things she makes. It's really beautiful. And then I also got this pin from Knotty Habit. I love Knotty Habit. All right, and then the last thing I bought was my, I love my sock club box from Knotty Habit. So the first quarter went out, I think in February, I think. I'm not sure now. I've been having this in this bag for quite a while. And so Knotty Habit Sock Yarn Club, there's also a yarn club, which goes out quarterly. And this box was the Elizabeth box. I can't even remember what's in here. So it comes like this, and Mrs. Naughty always give a handwritten note. Let me quickly see. Oh, she always gives in all the boxes a beautiful note. So this is the yarn. Okay, so let's unpack the box. All right, so let's leave the yarn for last. There is this beautiful keyring that says naughty friends really are the best friends. I hope you can see. I don't have a second screen to verify if the things are in focus. Then you know the cookies. You know the cookies. Oh, now I can eat these cookies. The nicest cookies. Oh, and my goodness, these cookies from Blue Spoons are amazing. It's always in there. Then a scented crafty naughty habit candle that they make themselves. And this is sandalwood and bergamot. So that is the tin. Oh, lovely. Oh, nice. That can go into my craft room. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. And I believe this candles is available on their website separately as well. So you will love that. You will definitely love that. Then some beautiful pins and notes from Naughty Habit. And what is the name of the provider now? No, I cannot think. The taggies, and then a beautiful pin with Elizabeth. This was one of Mrs. Naughty's family members, and now I can't remember who was Elizabeth now. It doesn't want to get to my head now. And as always, a beautiful stitch marker, and this was from Itsy Klein. Look at that. Oh, I think this was in February, yes, because it's almost like those nice sweeties that you remember when we were little, that has all those beautiful words on. It reminds me of that, and it's so cute. This cute marker is cute. And then, as always, a voucher, which I'm not going to show you, otherwise you will claim my voucher. That will not work. And then lastly, but definitely not the least important, the most important is the yarn. Look at the sock set. It is gorgeous. So this is a sock lap, fingering 3-ply, superwash 75% merino and 25% nylon, and it contains 100 gram, which is 366 meters. And this is dyed as clusters. So you have the speckle all over. It's beautiful, speckled clusters. That color. And then also a 25 gram for your toes and your heels or whatever the case you want, which is a 25 gram, 91 meters. And isn't it just beautiful? I think it is gorgeous. And that is it. That's all I have to show you. So next time I will be showing you my whips. Hopefully there will be a finished object. I don't know. I still don't have a lot of time to knit or crochet, but you never know. Maybe there will be a finished object. So stay tuned, because I'm going to show you the craft room. I hope that you will enjoy that. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider giving it a like and also subscribing to the channel, please. And then until I see you again, which will not be as long, I promise. Have a wonderful and blessed time. See you soon. Bye. Hello everyone. I thought I'm going to quickly give you a sneak peek of my crafting area in the new house. Um, the plan was to actually record my podcast in this room, but I still need a carpet. Pepper is saying hello. And so it's quite, the acoustic is like a hall, so it's not conducive for recording. But I thought, let me quickly show you. My husband is behind the camera. So I have a library on the side, my bookcase with my books. I love to read. So all the things that I love is in this room. My yarn, wine, good wine, and my books. This was my mother's chair. We have boxes on that side of the room, so we don't want to show you that. And our Pepper is jumping in all those boxes. So here's one of my baskets with one of my projects, my lace project that I'm currently not actually working on. My spinning wheel, the box with the fiber in it, some scraps is in this container. And then I'm so fortunate to have a fireplace in this room, and this will house the wood. And here's Katie. Say hello. And then my sock blockers are against the wall. And then I have this bench. This was actually, it's also coming from my parents. This bench is originally from Johannesburg train station. It was a long bench and my father cut it into half and renovated it. Not renovated, what is the word? Can you help me, husband? But anyway, restored the bench. And this is a special place because these two teddies was made by a woman in Paarl in the Western Cape from my mother's clothes and my father's clothes. If you haven't watched my episodes before, I've lost my parents due to COVID. And yeah, and then also another table, side table, and I don't know what you call this, a ring piece chair. Let me maybe pick it up like this. Yeah. This was a cushion that was used during our wedding ceremony, which my grandmother embroidered. On the other side of my craft room, the fireplace is over there. My husband put on this beautiful rack where I can display some of my shawls. And these two chairs is also coming from my parents with this beautiful side table with more cushions from our wedding ceremony, and that is 19 years ago. We just celebrated our anniversary. And then my yarn cabinet is over here. There we go. And I have this is actually a ladder from a bunk bed that I'm using for showing off blankets. And then another nice hook for shawls. And there's boxes here, which I don't know if you can see them, but that is the reality of packing and unpacking. Yeah, and that is my craft room. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I love, love, love my space, and especially because there's so many things of my parents in here and that they also loved. So it makes it really, really special.